Hello everyone and welcome to a new type of video for this channel. I'm Box Gaming. Today I'll be doing some live commentary of some iRacing replays from some races I did with the Precision Racing League this past Sunday. The Precision Racing League is another league I used to do some F1 racing in, but unfortunately because of job scheduling I'm not able to take part in that anymore. But they do some iRacing on Sundays, so I went ahead and signed up, and this is the first weekend. It's 2 races per weekend, same track each time. We're using the brand new RUF cars to iRacing, or they're not brand new anymore, but they're still quite new. There's 3 different versions. There's 2 versions that are 450 horsepower. There's a C-Spec and then a track spec. The C-Spec is slightly heavier. The track spec has more taken out of it. This first race is going to be with the track spec cars, so they're a little bit quicker. They are all-wheel drive, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a third RUF that's called the rear-wheel drive RUF, so I assume these other 2 are both all-wheel drive cars. So they are quite powerful. It's not an F1 car, certainly. It doesn't have the same downforce or power-to-weight ratio or anything like that, but it's still a lot of fun. I only did about an hour worth of practice on this car and track. Actually, I'd never driven this car until the day of this race, and I'd actually never driven this track until the day of this race as well. I'd seen videos of it, though, so I knew it pretty well already. So going into this race, didn't have very much practice at all. I do plan to practice more for the races coming up down the line. So hopefully we'll see some better performances. For this race, I was just kind of trying to stay out of people's way, which is generally what you want to do when you're new to a league. So this is very much like I'm a director. For those of you that are not familiar with iRacing, I can control the camera view. I can control the car that we're looking at. I can change that. I can pause, I can rewind, I can slow down, I can fast forward, I can skip ahead a lap, stuff like that. So basically, I'm just going to play director while doing some commentary for you guys. And hopefully this video won't be too long. The races are 20 minutes each, and you're not going to see the whole thing for each one. Now, I'd like you guys to tell me in the comments which of these camera angles you like and which ones you don't like. Both of those pieces of information would be very helpful. If now the TV ones, those do change for each track, but you know, if you guys hate the nose camera or the cockpit camera or something like that, or if you love those views, let me know in the comments. I can always do a picture-in-picture thing too, where I put like the outside view up here on the left or up here on the right, and do the cockpit view for the rest of the screen. So let me know in the comments what you guys would be interested in seeing as far as that's concerned. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and just leave it on TV 1 for now. Or let's do TV 2. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. And so this is the grid. Elvin starting in first, John in second, Jack in third, myself in fourth, PJ in fifth, David in sixth, SD in seventh, Eric in eighth, and Carl in ninth. And it should be some nice, clean racing. Everyone here is very professional. Everyone knows what they're doing. And we're still waiting for everyone to get to the grid right now before the lights come on. You'll notice down here, you can see my steering inputs, and the blue one is the clutch. It's an auto clutch though. And this green one over here, that's the gas or the throttle. So I'm not giving it very much right now. I'm trying to keep it at around 3,000 to 5,000 RPMs for the launch. And I'm gonna hide the UI for this start. Okay, and we're away. And the car behind me and the car behind that guy have both swarmed right past me as if I wasn't there. I got a relatively good start compared to PJ there in the black, white, and pink car. So it's not like I got a horrible start. I just certainly didn't get a start like those guys did. Left PJ some room on the inside corner there, inside of the corner. I didn't know if he was going to have a look up the inside there, so just playing it safe. And braking now down into this sort of hairpin corner. It's actually a third gear corner in this roof because the roof has just so much power. And it looks like I did not get a good exit coming out of that corner, so PJ's going alongside me now. As, who is that? Car number 777, that's John, is in the lead from what I can tell anyway at the moment. And I am down in, it looks like 7th at the moment, just behind PJ. And this was the car that I actually felt better with as far as when I was doing my practice stuff. This track spec 450 horsepower RUF was the one that I felt more comfortable with. It redlines at 9,000 RPM and just is a lot of fun to drive. And we got a car going wide there, and it looks like he's actually going to let me by around the outside. And yeah, it looks like he's going to, he's going to go side by side. No, it looks like he let that guy by as well. He might be hitting for damage, I'm not sure, but I believe that moves us up now into 6th position. And yep, I cut that second to last corner, so that's why you're going to see my car slowing down right here, because when you cut the corner in this game, you have to slow down to give it time back. So that's what I'm doing there. And I pulled to the side, so I'm not interrupting anyone. And I already lost a position. And it looks like, oh no, and I dip a wheel into the grass, and I've spun the car right around. Did a good job to keep it facing the right direction at least, though. I don't believe I'm in last just yet, though. I believe there is a car behind me. Yes, there is one car behind me still. I'm not sure. I believe that, I want to say that's Carl's car, based on the color scheme. I can't quite tell, though. So yeah, unfortunately lost a big heap of time to the cars up ahead. You can see now that gap is quite large, and I got one car behind me, and then basically I am in last place, which wouldn't be surprising. You know, I have no problem with being in last place, especially for a first inaugural race. You know, I'm just learning the ropes, still learning the car and the track even, really. As you can see me really just not comfortable through some of these corners. The car is very twitchy, lots of steering inputs, which is not what you want in a race. And completely missing my apex there. And it looks like there was an incident up ahead, and that slowed down some cars. Either they were doing some side-by-side racing, or there was a spin of some kind. But it looks like I'm actually catching back up to those guys. And let's see if I can get a good run out of this final corner. Not stellar. I got about the same exit speed as the cars up ahead, so I'm not really catching them, but I'm not really losing out on them going down this start-finish straight. Taking a lot of curve there. I think that's more curve than I want to be taking. And yep, I do believe that's Carl. Is it number 00? Yes, it is. So that is Carl behind, and he is looking very quick, actually, coming up behind me quite quickly. And going through this sort of pseudo hairpin once again. Third gear, got a much better exit this time than previous laps at least, so I'm not losing quite as much time. And it looks like Carl is getting very close to me, though. He's definitely getting some slipstream on me. I wonder if he's going to have a look. And nope, he has a little bit of a peak, but it's more curiosity than anything else, I think. As I hold a very tight line for that hairpin. And yeah, he is right up on me now. And oh gosh, I went in the dirt a little bit there. And I'm just not comfortable going through this corner at all. Sorry to Carl if he's watching. Yeah, you could tell I was definitely new to everything still. So Carl shoots up my inside, which I was very happy about, actually, and then goes up the inside of PJ as well. Nice move, gaining 2 positions in 2 corners, and then he almost loses it. Quite a bit of oversteer coming out of that second gear corner. And I'm now right up behind PJ, who I did race with in the F1 leagues, back when I raced with in the PRL F1 leagues. And I am actually getting a nice tow behind him, but he's getting a little bit of a tow from Carl as well, so not really gaining any time or position, just not getting any time or position on him. And actually it looks like that gap is pulled out a little bit now after going through the first couple of corners of this lap. And I am down in last place at this point, in case you guys are wondering. And now I kind of feel like changing up the TV view, or the camera view. Let's try TV3 and see how this works for a little bit. And I'm actually pretty happy with my pace, though. As you can see right there, that was 5th place, then 6th, 7th, 8th, and I'm in 9th, which is last. So I'm not too far off of these guys. I mean, it's been several laps, and you know, there have been some mistakes made by people, and things are a little messy since it is the first race. But all in all, I think people are about the same speed as me, so I'm definitely not off loads, so I'm right around where I need to be. Certainly with more practice and more confidence, I can start battling for position and stuff like that. I actually did not have the slowest, fastest lap time out of everybody, so that's also a very encouraging sign. My fastest lap time was 132.1, and the fastest lap of the race was a 129.3, so still almost 3 seconds off the pace of the person who won the race. But for instance, the car that came in 4th had a fastest lap time of of a minute 31.3, which is less than a second away from my fastest lap time. So I feel pretty good about it, and as it looks like Elvin having a little bit of a look on PJ, but PJ has successfully defended that position, and it looks like actually Elvin lost out some time in the process, and that's allowed me to close right up on him, and it looks like I've gone deep into that corner, though. I should be able to get a nice exit, though, at least. Oh, no, and I'm on the grass, Oh, I can't control it, and I'm spinning, and I've spun out. So let's go ahead and let's find a better camera angle for that. How's this one? That's not a great view either. Let's try chase. Yeah, this is a good view. You'll be able to see exactly how I got on the grass. So I went deep into the corner, got onto the gas a little bit too early, and then just dipped. Once you get into the grass there, it's so hard to get off it. And once you start sliding, it's so hard to stop. And look at that beautiful car, though. That 360 shot of this car is just wonderful. The car looks great. It feels great. It's a lot of fun to play as well. You can see my car number is 333. I'm not 100% sure why I chose that. The other numbers that I wanted were actually already taken. So I wasn't really sure what else to pick. So I ended up going with 333, which is 3 threes, which is, I think, really the main reason that I chose it, just because it's 3 threes. Yeah, let's go ahead and, that was a bad corner there. Let's do some cockpit, and let's actually see, you can see my fastest lap I was telling you about was 132.1. And let's go ahead and let's watch that lap from the cockpit view. So you can see I was getting faster and faster and faster, getting more and more confident with the car and whatnot, because I really was still practicing. Not an optimal line through there, but certainly better than previous laps. And taking this one in 3rd gear, I'm still not 100% sure if that's a 3rd or 4th gear corner. I think in this track spec it might actually be 4th gear if you actually take it properly. And braking just as the shadows start, down to 3rd gear from 5th. And actually getting the apex nicely on that corner that time, and getting a nice exit speed. I think I could have carried a bit more speed through there, however, though, so certainly wasn't 100% optimal, but rarely is it when it comes to iRacing. I go more for consistency rather than trying to be 100% perfect every single lap. I'd rather do it at 98% 100 laps in a row than do it 100%, you know, 90% of the time. I know that might be confusing to some, but that's just kind of how I am as a racer. And taking a nice line through this corner, and I got on the gas a little too early. You can see the understeer starting mid-corner. That's the downside to the all-wheel drive cars. One of the nice things about this car, though, is that you can actually force it to understeer just by giving it some gas, and just that was not a good line. So definitely there's quite a bit of time to be found in that lap. That was also the final lap, so that is going to do it for this one. But yeah, definitely a lot of time to be found there. I did make a lot of mistakes. I had a lot of incidents in this race as well. Not so much contact with cars, just going off the track, losing control of the car. All those things give you incidents, which count against you. So it wasn't a clean race from me. But it was my first race, so I wasn't expecting much better than this, honestly. I was hoping maybe I could sneak like a 7th or an 8th or something if there was someone that was way off the pace, but that turned out to not be the case. So that's going to do it for this video, and I'm just about to record the other one though, so I will see you in just a moment.